Hey everybody, this is Laddie the Outcast. Welcome back to Let's Play Dark Cloud 2. In this episode we're going to be heading into the Great Fish Swamps. I know what kind of stuff we'll find here.
Hey, there they are! The whole lot of them!
Hold on, something's up.
Huh? Yeah, something weird's going on. Let's try talking to them.
Well, okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, in the last episode we cleared the previous floor and we got the spooky grass smile scoop. I will go ahead and clear my camera while I'm here. Did I get Floating Earth Digger already? I mean, did I not delete it? Alright. If you just talk to these guys, they just talk a bunch of nonsense about how they want to stay here forever. The one you need to talk to is the one over here sitting on the log.
Oh, rat. Everyone's gone all weird. The fish aren't biting. What a drag. What happened to him? Beats me. I got separated from my tree buddies, and when I saw them again, they were like that. They won't go anywhere, you see. So I'm just killing time with a little fishing. Although, you know what? I'm pretty thirsty. You wouldn't have something to drink now, would you? Something smells good, that's for sure.
Alright, this guy is a fervent, so let's give him the grape juice.
Ah, this will do nicely. Just what I wanted, thanks. Here, you can have my rod. Take some time for fishing. It'll clear your head.
That it will. And we got Mimi, or Mimi, however. I'm just going to call it a Mimi.
Come back anytime if you run out of bait.
Alright, I'm going to organize my inventory real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm done organizing my inventory. Let's head further in. We'll get into fishing here in just a little bit. Let's just walk along this path here. We could try fishing there, but we wouldn't be getting much of anything interesting, so we just need to keep following the path here. Don't know if you can see him. That guy looks a little familiar. He looks very familiar.
Hey, isn't that Master Utan?
Master Utan? You mean that huge ape thing that threw rocks at us in Dark Cloud 1?
You know that thing? Is it safe to go closer?
Yeah, it's alright. He's a pretty well-behaved monster. He doesn't hurt people.
Did you not hear what I just said?
But it looks like something's wrong with him. Is he okay?
Well, if this does take place after Dark Cloud 1, I did kind of beat the crap out of him. I mean, getting an axe to the toes kind of hurts.
Humans? I don't see them every day. Now that I think about it, there was another half-pint bumbling around earlier.
Now, some people think that's actually a reference to Toan. It could very easily also be referring to Holly. It's really ambiguous.
This forest's starting to get nice and crowded these days.
Never mind that. You look like you're in pain. What happened?
It's pitiful, really, but I was awful hungry, and somehow got my hands on the forbidden fruit. When I did, my whole body just up and froze like this, and I couldn't move. My fault for messing with the Holy One's food. I'll bet the Holy One must be pretty ticked off right about now.
So you ate one of these, huh? It's a poison apple. No wonder you don't feel so good. Never mind, don't worry. You'll feel better after you rest for a while. By the way, who's this Holy One?
The Holy One is a great fish who's brought happiness to this forest.
A holy fish?
Holy mackerel!
Monica, maybe this has something to do with those three back there.
Aha! I think I'm starting to understand now. This Holy One must have bewitched those three somehow. I bet the Holy One is really a big fish monster.
That could be.
Well then, Master Utan, where can we find this Holy One?
It's called Great Fish Swamp for a reason. You think it has anything to do with that huge pool back there?
you see a big old swamp on your way here? They say the Holy One lives in that swamp. I haven't seen him myself yet.
Swamp, huh? Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I remember.
Let me see. A big fishy monster named the Holy One that hangs out in the swamps bewitching people. This ought to be fun.
Let's go check it out.
Right. Thanks, Master Utan. You've been a big help.
Hey, don't forget to mind your manners when you're dealing with the Holy One.
Now, before we go find this Holy One, don't forget we actually have a scoop for this guy, so take a picture of him. Now, actually, if you don't have any poison apples, there would be a nice little pile of them right next to Master Utan that you can pick up. I think it gives you 4, but I have like 1 or 2, so shouldn't be too big of an issue.
Why don't we try fishing it out?
Huh? Fish it out?
Don't look so surprised.
Well, we've got a fishing rod. We know the Holy One likes poison apples. And we've got plenty of bait. Let's give it a try. Go on now, try it.
Okay.
Alright, now to fish, you go into your inventory and you equip your fishing rod. Only Max can equip it. And you want to select your bait that you want to use, which in our case is a poison apple, which, unfortunately, this does use the poison apple, so you guys will have to excuse me for a second. Alright, I just had to satisfy my OCD there. And what I like about fishing is that, whenever you take your fishing rod out, no matter where you are, Piece of the World plays, which is really cool. Alright, now let's fish this guy out. This isn't the actual fishing tutorial, that's going to come later. All we need to do is cast our line. If you, it'd be a good idea to have your vibration turned on for this bit here. Let me get my zoom out. Oh, almost had it. What you need to do is when you see that exclamation mark go above Max's head, you need to quickly, like, snap the left analog stick to hit. Yikes, that is a big fish.
What's going on here? There's a hook stuck in my beautiful lips. Is this your doing? I won't forgive this.
Hey, you're the one who bit the apple.
You're the one that made the little ones act so strangely. You must change them back.
Oh yes, more victims of my beauty. Really, beauty can be a curse, you know. Anyway, why are you here?
We just told you.
I already told you.
Exactly.
I want you to change those little fur-bits back to the way they were.
Well, such a thing would be quite simple, my dears. But nothing comes for free, you know. Business is business, and everything's business.
Tinstaffel.
Oh boy, this is gonna be another pain.
So what do you want us to do?
Ooh, so the little boy understands too. Listen carefully then. I won't say this again. Mwah. As everyone knows, I'm very fond of beautiful things. But here's the thing. Recently, you know, I've become a bit, well, dirty.
You live in a swamp, does that really surprise
so
you?
Embarrassing.
You live in a swamp.
But listen to this. There's a fish called the p.16 fish that can clean up all the dirt from my body. So what I'd like you to do is go over there and catch it for me. You've got all that fishing gear, so you may as well use it, don't you think? Do you get my drift?
A pristine fish.
Notice the word clean.
Okay, then when we get it, we want you to return those 3 back back to normal.
Way to follow the script there.
Yes, I know. You don't have to tell a man twice.
What? You're a guy?
Hey, don't judge. If a guy wants to be beautiful, let him.
I'll be waiting.
Alright, but before we do that, let's take a picture of him. Alright, this is a one of the few scoops in the... It's like a boss battle scoop. You have to get this now, otherwise you can never get it again. So make absolutely sure that you get the picture of King Mardan. Alright, now we need to catch a Prisline, which... I think the Prisline is one of the few fish that'll go for whatever bait you give it. You just have to go in the right spot. I don't fish very often, and I haven't looked it up, so I don't know what bait is specific for what fish. I know there's two kinds of bait that only attract a certain kind of fish, one of which I'll be catching later, but right now, we just need to catch a Prisline, which will go for pretty much anything we have at this point. Now, if you want a good indication of when Max is gonna notice that something's biting, you can press the R2 button to zoom in over your bobber, and when the ripples start coming out en masse, you can switch back to Max and wait for the exclamation mark. Like that. Now, the goal of this game is you just have to hold the X button, make sure the danger meter doesn't go, or the strain meter doesn't go too high. Alright, we got a Prisline on the first try. You'll notice how those arrows popped up. If you move the left analog stick in the direction of that arrow, you'll move the fishing rod in that direction, and if you move it in the right direction, you'll lower the slack, which will greatly reduce the strain on your fishing rod. So, that's a good idea. Alright. We got the Prisline really quickly, so let's go ahead and give it to this guy. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. Alright, where's the... There it is. Alright, just use the Prisline on him.
You caught it! Oh, excellent! This lovely pristine fish will kiss all the grime off my body and make me look stunning again. Yeah. Ooh.
Right, you promised. Return those three to normal.
Oh yes, of course. Is this what you were after?
So now those three are better?
Well, why don't you go have a look? Well, please excuse me. I wish you the best.
Well, he's certainly cheerful. I'll give him that.
Let's go and look.
Right.
Alright, now we get to run back over here and check on the Furbus.
Hey!
How is everyone?
Oh, they suddenly returned to normal. I'm so relieved I can't tell you.
What in the world have I been doing? I cannot remember a darn thing.
Last thing I remember, I was thirsty, and I drank some of that swamp water.
Ew.
I can't remember anything past that either. What in the world happened to us?
You've all been under the Holy One's spell.
The Holy One? Who's that?
It's a holy mackerel.
It's a fish monster that lives in the swamp. You guys almost ended up trapped here forever.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, what are we going to do about Holly? Oh, sure, we gotta look for Holly.
Hold on, guys. We should come up with a plan first. Let's go back to Sindane.
Yeah, this is basically telling you that you can use the move command in dungeons to open up the dungeon map. You can do this at any time, but if you do this and leave the dungeon when there are monsters around and you don't have an item called an escape powder, you will lose half your money. Oh, not good. It's not going to immediately transfer me to the next scene, so I'm going to save here and call it a video. I'm Laddie the Outcast, and I'll see you guys later.